Greetings. This is My RV Adventures on YouTube, myrvadventures.com, and My RV Adventures on Facebook. Today we're talking about our most popular video, which is relays, fuses, and circuit breakers as it pertains to electronic motor-driven slide-outs. Now, if you have hydraulic slide-outs, this video is not for you. I dread going on an RV trip, having your non-refundable campsites paid for, and your slides fail to retract. This has happened to me more than once. What is worse is being on the road at a campsite and this happens. In this video, I will show you how I handled the situation. The worst case scenario is to manually retract your slide in. It took myself and my wife working together 30 minutes to crank it in, and it was no fun. However, my bedroom slide is a little bit more complicated. Well, let's hold on here. Crank in your slide out, or to disable your slide out so you can push it in, is the last resort. So let's go through some of the items that we need to know to check before we do that. What we're showing you is the schematics for Alpha Leisure for that particular year, and it's also for every model that they built, whether it's Gold or whether it's Ideal or whether it's Sun or whatever it was. It pertains to certain coaches, and to certain coaches it does not. But let's take a look at the fact that the bedroom slide is of the Barker system, which was popular back in 1995 to 2005. This is a current controller, which is in the Barker bedroom slide. What it does is it controls the amount of current that goes to your motor, which controls your slide. Now, there are two types. One where you hit a push button and it'll automatically extend and retract. Or there is a rocker switch. I believe this controller is for the push button. It does have an adjustment, so you can adjust where you want it to stop. We're giving you some views of both the circuit breakers, or sometimes I call them self-healing fuses, which is the blue and the silver can off to the right, and the black square items are the relays. Now, they say these relays can handle 40 amps. 40 amps is a lot of current. Explain this as we would a mechanical relay. You can see when the current goes through 85 and 86, it's an electromagnet, and it will pull the arm from 87A over to 87. There's two of them in parallel, so you can actually operate both slides at the same time. But I would not recommend that. Unfortunately, there is no limit stop on either slide out, so be careful on how far you extend your slides. Also, I have found that the self-mending fuses or circuit breakers can vary greatly and may not meet specs. The main slide, if it fails while you're out, the only thing you can really do is just crank it in and then get professional help. How do you get to the bedroom slide mechanism? Well, in my fifth wheel, I have a handle at the bottom of the bed, and you pull it up. In ideal conditions, the gas struts will hold it up in the air. Mine have failed. So I use a couple of 3-foot 2x4s to hold it up to make sure I'm not injured. There's 6 screws you can take out, and it's sort of like a trap door, and then you can get down to the barker. Now, if you see that picture of the old RVer there, he's going to show you where the motor is. That's just a pressure fit. The other end is fastened somehow. I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far yet. But what I have found, that if you take it out of the limit, a pressure fit is no longer valid. You'll see the motor will be an inch or 2 inches away from place it's supposed to be wedged into. And how you handle this is basically you can get a couple of people to go out and push it back in. If your Barker motor is firmly pressed up against a rail and your slide still doesn't work, then I'd look at a couple other things. I'd look at the alignment, I'd look for obstructions, and for any RV, look for the power. See if the power reaches the motor. If you can't easily discern that wherever you're camping, then you'll have to take apart the Barker drive. You got a sample of it here from the picture that I put. It's a screw drive inside of a pipe. It takes a lot of torque to turn that thing. And trying to line it up, some people have the ability to take a wrench or a pliers and turn it. Other people have to use the power switch and hope it lines up, and that takes a little while. We hope that this video has helped you out in some way, and if it has, subscribe to us and come back often. This is the Old RVer. Thank you for joining us today.